Okay. Yeah, I'm Jan Carlsson from the Technical University of Denmark. This work has been carried out mainly by Ricardo Pandoan, and he was a Erasmus student at DTU, and now he's making his thesis, kind of final version of it, together with his professor in University of Trento, Pinsi Lydia. This is about project management with ISE, and it's not about ISE 5 and so forth, so this is the existing structure that's been used. So kind of a little bit of the problem statement, but I think we are aware of it. There's a BIM gap, different people are using BIM in different ways. There are kind of black boxes, something is happening in isolated silos, and of course there are human errors as well. And then the construction as a whole have problem with delays, inefficiency, and so forth. So what has been done here is primarily an implementation project, kind of to see whether it's possible to use ISE for taking care of the storing, schedule, and cost. So it's based on ISE and a number of open source tools. And the flow is here, and it's too small to kind of look at and to interpret, but it will start with having an ISE file as the input, and then do some checking of the ISE file in IDS and return back in BCF if there are some problems. And then when it's accepted, then go into making a structure for the scheduling, and then continue with cost estimate, and then adjusting the schedule according to what is kind of the feasible within the given time frame, and then assign resources. And then by the end you'll have an ISE file that would have products, schedule, and cost and resources. So what has been done is Ricardo has been making a tool to visualize the model. I think there should be a video here, but it's difficult without the mouse. But it's a fine viewer, but I think it's more interesting. Well, it's actually coming here. But then he has made validation. He can make IDS file on the fly on something he finds in the model, or he can read in existing IDS files and then validate the model against the IDS files. Then he can get a result for what has been accepted and not accepted, and using ISE OpenShell tool and other tools, and then make a BCF file if something should be changed. But I think this is it's well known and been tried in other applications. Then he has extract the quantities, and it's based on that the quantities has been calculated by the exporting program. Then he makes a work plan in ISE, and he make a work schedule in ISE, and use the existing entities for doing that. Then he make a work calendar. Are people working 7 days a week or 5 days a week, having 2 shifts and so forth? And then he makes a correlation between the work schedule, work plan, and work schedule and the calendar. And then he assigned different tasks, when to that's activity installing the columns, the beams, and so forth. So now he has a structure of the what should be in the schedule, but he's not really having the dates yet. Then he assigned the task to the products, and assigned the task to the process. So now the product, task, and products are assigned. And then then he he looks into this hierarchy, so it's possible to have also decide when things should start, one process start, when the other process has stopped, and so forth. In this case, it has been decided that the next process should start when the previous process has been completed. But that could be any system you could use if you could have parallel process as well. And then for the cost estimate, he has read in a time a cost list, a price list from Molius, which is a Danish non-profit organization doing a lot of stuff, a moving price list. He reads that into IC cost schedule, and then he is able to, with the names and type of elements, to do a match. That could be done also by having a classification or some other system, but in this case it was based on an IC file that, as we heard before, if there are no requirements, it ends up kind of, you don't know what you'll get. And now he will assign he find the prices for the product, and the price are divided into labor cost, material, and equipment, and then you can have also kind of summarized with different tools. What is the labor cost, what is the material cost, and what are the equipment costs, and can see where the highest costs are and so forth. And then he looked into kind of how can I make the activities fit within the schedule, and I use PERT to do that. And then he finds out that one task is it should only last for 1 day, but it takes 14 hours or 15 hours, so you need 2 persons to complete that task within a given time frame. And then that kind of is taken care of, and then he assign the resources to the activity, and this is possible to kind of to assign the crew, or it could also be a subcontractor that should do the work, and that is assigned again, kind of just using ordinary IC as has been for 15 years or more. So now he has a kind of, in the limited example, he has the model, he has the schedule that he can present here as a Gantt chart, and the different activities, and that's all put together in one file. Then he also can make some accumulated cost and look at the cash flow for the contractor based on when the client will pay for the work being done during the process. So what has been made? It's been possible to demonstrate that you can use IC to combine product, price, schedule, and resources. He has made a small tool that are able to do that, and you could imagine that professional tool could add this into the IC file, and then you could use this small tool at the site if you want to make some adjustments. And this has only been made for structural elements due to kind of the limitation he has in his master thesis. And there could be other possibilities to make it easier to use the tool with adding LMMs and so forth. And also the classification of elements would be easier to use and remove some uncertainty by using a fuzzy logic. But that was because the model was weighted without any requirements. Yeah, so that was the presentation, and ready to ask for questions. Yeah.